it's Susan from Fluid Fitness in the rowing room, giving you some technical workouts or information for Rowperfect. So we are going to start with the very basics. So if you have never been on an ergo before, we're going to start from the start and build from there. So obviously I'm using a Concept 2, which is the machine that you find in most places. So just to go through it, when we're setting ourselves up, we've got the flywheel, which we use to change the resistance. So numbered from 10 down to 1, 1 having the least resistance, and 10 is going to give you the feeling of rowing through treacle. So generally you want to start, especially if you've never done it before, start on a lower resistance. I generally on my machine have it between 4 and 5. Start off lower if in doubt, and the higher it is, the more risk there probably is of injury. So start off low, get the technique, and then you can build from that. We'll go more into drag factors and resistance in later videos. Then we've got our handle and our feet. So another adjustable part with the feet here, and they can be adjusted. Ideally, you want the black strap to come across the bottom of the big toe. So if yours are way up or way down, then easier to take the foot out of the heel cup, just pull the plastic towards you, give it a little wiggle and set up. Make sure they're the same on both sides. These ones have got numbers on them, which bear no relation to foot size, so don't be put off by that. So you've got your feet set up. And again, you can experiment a little bit with that, but generally this position is going to be best for ankle flexibility and getting the pressure on your foot in the right place for the right amount of time. So then we've got our handle and our seat. We're already sat on our seat. So we're going to grab our handle and come to where we're going to start our rowing position from. And this will help us get into the right position. So sitting on the seat, right on top of those sit bones. So make sure you're evenly placed, and as you sit there, don't let those hips start to sag under. That's so easy for that to happen. So sitting tall, and then with the handle, you're going to hold it roughly shoulder width apart. It's going to be more in the fingers than in the palm of the hand, so your fingers are acting like hooks. Thumbs underneath gives you a bit more security, especially when you start getting more power and speed going. And flat wrist, so we're not holding it with the wrist over. So really relaxed. So that's your setup, and then obviously there's the screen. I will come back to that. But we'll get the sequence of motion now. So we're going to start at the finish. So the finish position is here. So if I'm sitting up straight, if you think of a clock face at midday, we're going to lean back to 11 o'clock. And in a boat, the finish is where the blade would come out of the water. You finish that stroke ready for the next one. And the similar with the ergo. So sitting back, got the handle at the chest, so bottom couple of ribs, not up at the chin, not down in the lap. If you look at where the chain is coming out, it's coming straight back. So we've got shoulders relaxed, hands, fingers relaxed, core engaged, supporting that layback position. We don't generally sit like this. It takes some good core muscle. So just be aware of correcting that if you need to. And we're going to go straight into the parts of the stroke, breaking it down. So first of all, arms away. Note that my body angle hasn't changed at all at this point. The arms away, then hinge forward from the hips from 11 o'clock to a 1 o'clock angle. And then keeping the head and chest up, holding that body position. We're going to come forward up the slide all the way to the catch position. So the catch in a boat is where the blade would drop in and catch the water. but we need the same position on the rowing machine. This is our power position. So we want to be really careful not to move it. So as we come forward, we keep it still. When we get to full slide, so shins vertical. If you can't get to shins vertical, don't worry, don't have that flexibility, just come as far as you can. Just making sure, whatever point you stop, you don't go for extra reach from that upper body, okay? Don't let that nice strong body position become weak by dipping down and making all that power then go into that upper back. So sitting tall. And then the first thing we're going to do is push. Legs are 60% of power in the rowing stroke. So we're going to push the legs and the handle's going to come with us at the same time. So hips and handles moving back. As the legs begin to flatten, we open up the body. As the body's reaching back into that 11 o'clock position, we finish with the arms. So all together, arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. Arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. One more time. That's it, and ease there. So those are the main components. That is the rowing mantra to start with. Arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. It is really helpful to start off moving slowly and not even thinking about power to start with. Get that sequence and then that power will, you can add to it as we go. So, okay, so that's it for that very first introduction to rowing, and we will build from there in our following videos.